Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about recursion in computer science. Recursion is a fundamental technique of computer science which it could be applied to solve complex problems automatically. Recursion works as an automatic technique. It's a function that calls itself by itself recursively. While recursion is like a Russian doll that every doll is contained by another one. In order for me to explain recursion clearly, I have to talk briefly about factorial. What is factorial? Factorials in mathematics are denoted by 4 factorials equal to 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which equals to 24. And that's how it is done in mathematics. Now, I'm going to talk to you about how to compute factorials recursively. Here on the left, I have an algorithm or a code that represents how to compute factorials recursively. So number 1 is the function call that takes a parameter n, which is a number. Number 2 is the base case, which terminates the recursive calls. And number 3, which is the body of the function that does all the work by calling itself over and over. Here on the right, I have all the calls that are done by number 3. So at first, we call number 4, which is factorial of 4. And then afterwards, the function will call itself again, but now it will call 4 times factorial of 3, which is n minus 1. And afterwards, it will call 4 times 3 times factorial of 2. And analogously all the way down till we reach our base case, which is 4 times 3 times 2 times factorial of 1. In this case, we have reached number 2, which is our base case that represents the termination of our function or the work that needs to be done. In order for me to explain this computation in details, I would have to state whatever I've said previously, which is factorial of 4 would result in storing number 4 in memory of the computer to do the computation later on. And then the function will call itself again and it will store factorial of 3 in another variable in memory, and so on till it reaches the base case, which is factorial of 1. And all these variables that are stored in memory will start being computed now bottom up as a return values, which our first return value after we execute our base case will be 1. So we would have 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. After, we would compute 2 times 1, which will give us 2, but we will be last with 2 times 3 times 4. And after, we would compute 2 times 3, which it would give us 6, and then we would have 6 times 4. And then last, we would compute 4 times 6, and it would give us 24. And this is how recursion works. All these calls and computations will be done automatically by the function because the function will call itself every time the work needs to be done. I hope my video helped you guys a lot, and I hope it is clear enough. You guys can leave any comments or complaints or any suggestions that will make my video better.